Hi, it's me, Love. I didn't expect that my first vlog would be about sharing the story of getting offloaded. Here's the entire story. 3 months ago, I organized a trip for 5 people, including a colleague and a friend, to enjoy a weekend in Samarkand, Uzbekistan. The flight tickets were on a tempting sale, and I was well aware that the country offered budget-friendly accommodations and food. So, why not seize the moment, right? Despite being familiar with travel requirements due to my frequent trips, this time I ignored my instincts for some reason. As our travel date drew nearer, I made 3 attempts to apply for an e-visa, but I ultimately abandoned the process. I was weighed by advice that assured me I could enter Uzbekistan. On the day of our flight, we had a conversation with an official from Uzbekistan's immigration who assured us that there wouldn't be any issues entering the country. However, just an hour before my departure to the airport, I had a sinking feeling that something was about to go wrong, and I started packing my things. We arrived at the airport early, all enthusiastic. At the check-in counter, I handed over our passports and we saw the check-in staff counting days on his fingers, and I already had a hunch that he was going to say, "I'm sorry, miss, you can't travel." The reason? My residence visa wasn't valid. There were 2 ways to enter the country. As a Philippine passport holder, I could have entered Uzbekistan by obtaining an e-visa, which I didn't do in time due to the long processing time. If you're a GCC resident, you can enter the country with your resident visa provided it's valid for at least 90 days upon arrival. Unfortunately, mine was only valid for 48 days, so I didn't qualify. I had a premonition that this would happen, so I accepted it gracefully. I was fine and willing to let go of this trip, with plans to visit the place in the future. There were still days ahead to explore. The airline actually gave me options to change my flight to the country like Kyrgyzstan or going back to Kazakhstan at the same day, but I can't risk going to the country without planning well. So, I encouraged my colleagues to proceed with the trip without me seeing their sad faces, reassuring them that I had already made all the arrangements for them, including itineraries, hotel reservations, and airport transfers. They boarded the flight and I returned to my apartment, eagerly anticipating some much-needed rest. Lesson learned from this experience? Always trust your instincts.